I mean, a win's a win, I suppose. Hello team, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. Watched the game at home this evening with the little one, who is asleep on my shoulder, just out of shot there. And to be honest, that's a fair reflection of the game tonight. Look, Newcastle have beaten Wimbledon by a singular goal to nil, courtesy of a Fabian Schar penalty. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't an entertaining game. But look, we could overanalyze this to death and say players have disappointed. But these games, it just doesn't matter. What matters is the result, and that Newcastle are in the next round where they'll face Chelsea at St James's Park. Wimbledon came and stuck 11 men behind the ball for the vast majority of the game, and they defended really well. Credit to the League Two side. It is what it is at the end of the day. What I would say is, once we got the goal just before half-time, I was surprised they didn't come out a bit more and at least try and muster an attack in the second half. They didn't. They didn't show any real desire to go and get anything from that game at all, Wimbledon. Which may be a bit disappointing on their behalf, but you know, the moment they opened themselves up, we would have gone up the other end, I'm sure, and you know, added to our tally. The goal itself came from a penalty through a challenge on Miguel Almiron. Typical foul on Miggy, really. He'd done their defender, and the ref didn't really want to give it at first. It was the lino that convinced the referee to go and give the penalty, and Fabian Schar coolly dispatched the spot kick, and that was all that separated the two sides. 7 changes were made, and you know, Dubravka went off injured at half-time. We saw Vlachodimos, the most expensive goalkeeper in Newcastle United history. He'll be picking up his clean sheet bonus, so that's one positive. Well done, Odysseus. You know, neither him or Dubravka had a lot to do at all throughout the game. 90 minutes in the legs of the likes of Willock, Almiron to keep them match fit. Disappointing in some aspects, but you know, Miggy won the penalty. Willock kind of looked sharp and willing and got into decent positions, but you know, Wimbledon had all 11 men back, and it was so tough to break them down. Yes, they're a League Two team, but they've come up and parked the bus, essentially. We had to change things up. Lloyd Kelly getting a run out, Tino Livramento back in the side. Pope and Trippier not in the squad at all. They were completely rested. Bruno came on at half-time. And, you know, there was a bit of experimentation to a degree in certain aspects. Livramento was switched to left-back briefly. Kelly played the first half at left-back with Kraft in the middle, and then Kraft went to right-back for the first 15 minutes with Kelly centre-back, and then Hall came on, which allowed Livramento to go back to right-back. Asula, there'll probably be a bit of a debate about him. Showed glimpses towards mid to late second half. Other than that, I thought he was fairly disappointing. But look, he's a 21-year-old. He's got plenty of time on his side. I'm not expecting the world from him. Do I think he'll be a future Newcastle United first-team player? Hand on heart, no. And tonight's done nothing to change that. But look, can he be an effective squad player in the future? Maybe. Who knows? I don't want to be too harsh on him, but he showed a couple of glimpses here and there, some decent hold-up play, and looked to beat a man or two, but to no real effect. Had a couple of shots on goal, one flicking the outside of the post in the second half. Other than that, I'll let the lads on the last word kind of delve into the game a bit more, because it was pretty dire. But look, it was a bit of a training ground exercise in the end. There was no real threat from Wimbledon, and it was all pretty routine and professional, to be honest. It was just a shame. It would have been nice to have had that confidence boost of, scoring 3 or 4 goals, which we've not really had so far this season. Normally, over the past couple of seasons under Howe, once we get one and smell blood, we're lethal, and we go on to beat teams 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're Sheffield United, but we haven't really had that this season. It's all been quite closely fought. So, there's plenty of time. Everton away on Saturday, of course. Just on a couple of points, videos coming up this week, I had an amazing response, actually, when I mentioned I was in the sensory room with my son, Charlie, who's autistic, for the Man City game, just gone. Amazing response both on YouTube and on social media across various platforms. So I'll be doing a video on that later on in the week, just to give a bit more information about that and what Newcastle United offer. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that one. In the meantime, it's good night from us, I suppose. Stay tuned, though, for the last word. That should be out either in the small hours or early in the morning. But look, all that matters is Newcastle got the win, and we're in the next round of the Carabao Cup. We move on, and it's back to Premier League business this season. Stay tuned to NFTV.